All right. Today is day one of the series of unveiling your voice. And by the end of this video, I want you to fully understand that your voice isn't something that you have to search for. It's something that you get to unveil. And it's created through massive courage, trial and error, a lot of repetition, and continuous writing and speaking. But more than that, it's your fucking truth. It is your truth, but you get to unveil it. It's already there in your gut, in your heart. It's just waiting to come out. Okay. So when you're in full expression of your truth, it creates this space for others to step into theirs. And if you've experienced this, if you've been in a room where all of a sudden you see someone sharing their truth and then others coming forth and sharing theirs, that's because you just created that ripple effect by simply sharing your truth. And that's how you get to lead from a place of love, integrity, and truth. That's how my community leads. That's how I lead. And I found that my truth, or I found my truth actually through the same thing, where others are sharing theirs. And then I get more courageous and I get more daring to share more of me, more of my story, more of my experiences, more of my struggles, right? And when someone speaks from their heart, it shows us that we can do the same. It becomes an invitation to express ourselves fully without that fear of judgment. That's the kind of energy I want to cultivate through this series, where we all step into the freedom of our voices, knowing we can't control how others perceive it. Also, understanding that those who are meant to receive our voices and messages that's the only one they're meant for, right? They're the only ones that are meant to receive that. So I want to give a little backstory. For me growing up, I was taught to keep my emotions real fucking quiet. Not explicitly, but in my family, we didn't talk about our feelings or emotions. And if we didn't speak them, we could avoid the hard conversations. And we could keep the peace, which everyone loves. We're all happy in the peace, right? But I've learned that silence isn't peace, it's actually suppression. True peace comes from freedom of expression, from owning your voice and allowing others to do the exact fucking same. So I want you to turn the dang mic on. Turn the mic on. Because you earn your voice by using it. It's buried under years and years of expectations, imitations, and fears, and you have to dig for it. And every day, word by word, you uncover it by speaking and creating. As you create more clarity in exactly how your voice is most powerful, exactly where you feel really good in it. And remember, your voice is not static, it grows and evolves as we do. And I promise you, you will contradict your voice many, many times through this evolution. But that's because you continue to find more truths and allow multiple truths to exist. Because once again, what are we? We are multifaceted human beings who aren't just these single minded people. Okay. We are so complex and we can handle complex things and we can share complex things. So, a huge realization in my journey as a woman and a solopreneur has been learning to allow multiple truths coexist. Okay. So, growing up, it was very black or white for me. I'm right, you're wrong. Let me know if you can relate to that. But as I became more curious and open, I realized how important it is to hear and honor others' truths, beliefs, and perspectives. And this mindset shift means I can meet you in your truth and you can meet me in mine without us needing to convince one another. We don't have to show up from a place of like this wounded energy, from a place of needing validation or agreement. This understanding has allowed me to show up authentically in my work, especially on social media. And I no longer feel the need to dilute my words or alter my voice to ensure that people get it or to convince anyone. I aim to speak from that pure, what's the word I'm looking for? Frequency? I'm going to go with frequency because I can't think of anything else right now, but that pure frequency of my truth, knowing that it will invite others to meet me and their truth, whatever that may be. So it's okay if someone's truth doesn't mirror mine. There's no need to be the same. We don't need to be the same. In fact, it's the diversity of our truths that help us grow. And just as Mother Nature thrives on diversity, so do we in our relationships and conversations. And this diversity allows for such a fucking rich growth, transformation, and mutual understanding, even when we don't fully agree. So I want you to reflect on some of these questions. Who are you trying to define your voice for? How do you plan to grow with that definition? And can you hold space for multiple truths, including your own, without needing that validation of anyone else? Because the only way to own your voice is to use it. You write, you create, you get it out. You don't have to censor yourself or obsess over the perfection of copywriting or strategy. Your voice presents itself in the doing, in the creating, and in the messy first drafts and raw, unfiltered thoughts you put out into the world. And this is truth. If you are a journaler, those messy thoughts often turn into some of your greatest content pieces. So, the key to personal mastery and authentic branding lies in this. Stop trying to find your voice and start trusting it. It's not about being perfect or universally understood. It's about being true to yourself. When you show up in your truth, you empower others to do the same, creating a space for genuine connection and growth. All right, well, that's the end of day 1. I'd love to hear any takeaways that you have, aha moments, any like quotes that you pulled out of there, anything. And then join me for tomorrow in part 2, where we're really going to be going into the key to a bold, purpose-driven brand using that authentic voice. Can't wait to see you. And I love you all so fucking much.